Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Hot Box. Last week we were with Hugo, Man City fan all the way from Jamaica. A lot of you guys loved him. Thank you very much, guys. We had about 618 views on Twitter. That was good. If you're just new to the channel, guys, please like and subscribe. Go to my YouTube, City Fan, True City Fan. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And even for the Man City fans out there, if you are willing to join today or next week for the Hot Box episode 3, this is episode 2, go ahead, DM me. There's 2 fans right now who are popular on Twitter. We have Wanika from Nigeria, and we've got Mikey all the way from Jamaica representing. So today we're going to talk about the preseason, just a recap. First recap, then we're going to talk about Jack Grealish and all the drama that's been happening today. There's been a lot of drama from both City fans and Aston Villa fans. Then we're going to talk about Harry Kane. It's something we're not going to talk about, but we just added it on. We're going to talk about Harry Kane, all the drama of him not showing up for training, what it means for City. And then we're going to talk about where the hell is the striker? I know that Harry Kane was quiet, but why is he not here? We were promised Harry Kane early. So look, let me get Wanika and Mikey on so that they can answer. They'll be my panel today. Guys, in the comments, please like the vid, share the vid, and comment with the questions you want us to answer today. And the panel are going to answer for you. So without further ado, let me just bring in Wanika and bring in Mikey. How are you doing, guys?
Doing good.
We are cool.
Wanika, how are you doing?
Good. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so good. Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start with you, Wanika, since you're next to me. So how has your day been with all this drama on Twitter?
To be honest, since this morning, I've been nervous about the Grealish saga because it's been so quiet. You know, just the Harry Kane issue made everything look entertaining because it's going to be on our own side because Harry Kane, going on strike, not coming for training is a positive for Man City. So then Grealish, coming, going for his own training, showing loyalty to his club is a little bit, is nervous on my own part. But I feel positive.
Okay. So keep that positivity for when we get to those 2 stories. I know we are all very anxious and dying to jump on those 2 stories, but we're just going to start with the preseason first. So I'm going to start with Mike, all the way from Jamaica. So you yourself, you didn't watch the preseason as you told me. For me, the stars in the preseason, I think Wanika can agree with me if she saw it, was Ndozi. Ndozi is a left winger. He's got a very good left foot. He scored both goals in both the games. And he reminds me of Sane. Believe it or not, this kid can cook. This kid was awesome. This kid was amazing, I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure, Wanika, you can agree. Did you watch the preseason, Wanika?
Yes, I watched both preseason matches. Let me start with Edozie. He came on in the second half. He did so well. After the first half, Pep made 10 changes. He brought in, the academy players. It was in the second half that they actually showed themselves, the young men, especially Edozie and Palmer. They did so well. I'm very positive with the academy players because the way they showed, confidence on the ball, going forward with everything. I'm so happy with them, especially Edozie and Palmer. Then Makte, the boy did so well. He also did well in the second one against the one they played recently. So I'm happy with the academy players. Then Mahrez and Cancelo. The blood
Oh, they
guys.
took it.
Mahrez and Cancelo, like I love their chemistry.
Oh yeah.
Sterling needs to do better this season because I would like this Mahrez and Cancelo link up. The team
Yeah,
is so wonderful to watch. The way Cancelo links up. No, I really love it. If Pep can just continue with them for a long time, and Walker will
Yeah.
need to learn how to play in the left back position because I want Cancelo
At
to
the right
always be
time.
man at that right back. So that's
uh,
They go. Both of them going to start Saturday. Saturday is going to be Mahrez and Cancelo.
yeah, I think so. I
Oh
think
yeah,
yeah.
so.
yeah,
And
yeah, definitely.
you're right about that. I think them two playing together is very amazing. How you doing there, Robert? Robert is first in the comment. He's asking, have you bought Grealish yet? No, we haven't. We haven't yet. We haven't. Relax, we haven't. Look, Monica, you're right. Myers and Cancelo were playing very well as a partnership, and it was amazing to see Cancelo. He shows that he's very technical. Like that pass by Myers where he curved the ball and then Cancelo sliced it through the goal. Like the way they knew where the other would be.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. Unfortunately, Walker is too good at breaking counters. I think that's where he gets the advantage to play over Trent and Cancelo. Players like this are very technical. But Cancelo looked very good defensively. I hope he becomes our main right back one day. Walker is 31 years old, so look, he's going towards that end. I'm pretty sure one day Walker will be taught to play as a centre back because of his sort of speed. But anyway, so those are the preseason games. Tomorrow is Blackpool. We can now get to what everybody is dying to hear, and I'm pretty sure Mikey has been dying to talk. So, Mikey, what do you think yourself about the Jack Grealish scenario and drama that's been happening today?
Excited. What do you mean? I'm puzzled. I'm so puzzled as to why no one is excited about Jack Grealish. Because, all right, most Manchester City fans are not English fans, okay? And I think this is the issue. They think that these English players are overhyped. I've been telling everyone since last year. I said previously, English players has been overhyped, and it's been a track record. Now, these crop of English players are not overhyped, okay? And I have stats to back all of that. It's an English player who split our defense in half to open up the Champions League. That's an English player. That's Mason Mount, okay? We're talking about Jack Grealish. We're talking about Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling, who was supposed to win the player of the tournament at look at you go. Who was supposed to win the player of the tournament at Euros. Now, these English players are not overhyped. And I keep putting emphasis on this. Now, let's say it's the $100 million that's the issue with Jack Grealish. That I understand. Because I don't think no players, if you're not Messi or Ronaldo, value $100 million. But the market is what it is. Now, what is Jack Grealish bringing to
I can't
Manchester City?
hear Mikey.
Oh, you
hear
can't hear Mikey?
Yeah.
No, you got the question is about Grealish, not Foden and Sterling. Okay, the question is about Jack Grealish, and I'm making my point as to why we should get Jack Grealish. He's not overhyped. He's an excellent player on the ball. He doesn't lose the ball easily. His forward runs are good. He dribbles with the ball. He holds the ball at Villa, but he's that type of player. Now, they're saying that he holds the balls too much for Manchester City. Now, Pep Guardiola, Pep has a philosophy of how he plays. Now, any player who already have their style of play, who come to play for Pep Guardiola, will have to develop the way how he wants to play. So with all those great and excellent attributes that Jack Grealish has, why is it an issue why he cannot come and slot right into the team? Now, if Jack Grealish transfer should go through, I can assure you, he's a Pep type of player, and he will be the first name on the team sheet, okay? Because that's the quality Pep like. Pep loves player who doesn't lose the ball. And that's Jack Grealish right there. Okay, and now imagine Jack Grealish with Kevin De Bruyne in the middle of the park. Or let's say Kevin De Bruyne get injured. you have that type of quality to be replaced by Jack Grealish. So I don't see the issue. Jack Grealish doesn't have to come and put Gundogan on the bench, but it's always a problem every season with Kevin De Bruyne. He's getting older and he has a tendency to get injured. Okay, maybe he's playing too much minutes and it's too much for his muscles. No, Jack Grealish come in with similar attributes, can offer the same style of play, can open up defenses, he can do similar stuff to Kevin De Bruyne, and he has the stat to back that. He plays for Villa, and in the past 12 months, he's the only one close to Kevin De Bruyne in stats. Forward play. I'm not talking about defensively. Going forward, he's the only one closest to Kevin De Bruyne, and he plays for Aston Villa. Everybody keep highlighting this. Oh, what has he won? What has he done? Okay, that cannot be put on the table when it pertaining to Jack Grealish, because he plays for Villa. Villa doesn't compete on all forefront for all 4 trophies. So he winning a trophy will be 10,000 to 1. Okay? But if you give him that chance to move in a team like Manchester City, I can assure you, within 5 years, that boy gonna be climbing to the summit of his game. He will be revolutionized under Pep Guardiola. And I keep saying this, and I won't stop saying it. I made this before the transfer window closes. Manchester City should make Jack Grealish a priority signing. He should be the first one. And everybody in the group telling me I'm talking nonsense and this and that. Nah. Jack Grealish is the package. He's the key. And I think Pep Guardiola made the right choice. And I won't stop saying it. And he gonna prove all the haters wrong. Let him get that chance to play for Manchester City with all these superstars, with all the quality he has, and it's gonna be a problem in the league. It's gonna be a problem in the Champions League, and we gonna see. And I'm not backing down on my word. I have every confidence in Pep. I love his choice. And listen to me, I even went and get me a bottle of wine because this Jack Grealish dude's gonna be so man. Listen, Jack Grealish is the man. Telling me I've been waiting for this. Oh yeah, come on. Oh, you put him on the screen too, my man. Oh, who knows?
Okay, so what? Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, Mike? I'm just gonna read the comments. Majority is Hugo in the comments. Robert says Grealish won't be the Vardy miracle for City. Stop the pipe dream. Robert, what are you on about? What are you on about, man? Vardy is not going. You cannot compare Vardy to Grealish, man. Grealish is a talent. Hugo says you should have started with Sterling and Foden. Hugo again. Our City players aren't overhyped like the other. Okay. Hugo in the comment. That's the kind of crazy things City players been saying. Grealish is not a must start. Okay. Robert again. Pep won't be able to manage Grealish. Prove it. Okay. Good. There's a lot of it's the same thing United fans used to say about Lingard. Come on, you cannot compare Jack Grealish to Lingard. Come on, Hugo. Be serious. Wanika, what do you think of that comments? Hugo says people used to say things about Lingard that he's a star, and we shouldn't say this. We shouldn't say the same things for Grealish because it's gonna end up in the same sit.
No.
Grealish is a different kind of player, and Pep is a different kind of coach. So if he comes, he's going to improve massively under Pep. You understand? So there's a difference. And Pep, he's very good at man management. If he just takes you up like this, if you want to learn, he will teach you. If you don't want, he will just bench you. Just stay there. That's what happened to the Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané, one of the reasons why he left because of his attitude.
Oh yeah.
So he just then Pep started benching him. So if you want to learn under Pep, you will learn more. You will improve. And Lingard, if he had wanted to learn more, he's a good player. He would have improved under any manager. But it depends on the manager. You understand? Okay. So Grealish, if he comes, he will do so well. And that's why I want him. In fact, I'm even more excited about Grealish than I am about Kane.
Thank you.
So we've been playing with a false 9. We want up to the UCL final with a false 9. We can continue it, but although we do need a striker, there were instances where we Bernardo, he tried, to play the false nine, but there were places where Foden would square the ball to the middle, and there was nobody there to to put the ball in the back of the net. So we need that strike, and it's all the time. I normally say I don't want Danny Ings. We need someone that is.
Why don't you want Danny Ings? Danny Ings is a Banks man.
No.
Danny Ings is good. Okay, he and the Hurricane, they are the same age, 28 years, but he's nothing like Hurricane. Hurricane
No.
is very dangerous in front
Very.
of goal. Both of them, they're injury prone, but when Hurricane is fit, you know he can score you many goals. Danny Ings, people might say he's not fashionable enough to be in Manchester City, but he's nothing like Hurricane. Just take away the age from Hurricane, he can do a lot of things for Man City. Okay, we are looking for an Aguero replacement. He cannot do anything. He cannot do what Aguero did for us, but
No.
he can do something different. He can take us far. But if we bring on Danny Ings, no. It will just be a waste of money, waste of our time. No, we need someone like Hurricane. Okay, getting Haaland is no longer possible. Chelsea, they are on his neck. So Haaland is, no, you can't get that one. But Hurricane is very possible to get him. And him going on strike today, I'm very positive. Although it's going to be messy, very entertaining, but yeah, I want Hurricane. We want a strike.
So
And
okay, yeah, go ahead, Mike.
oh no, I just wanted to add some stuff on the Hurricane.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Like, Hurricane is not to be underestimated. Okay, this boy is a lethal striker. Okay, since Hurricane introduction to the Premier League, his introduction to the Premier League until today has scored the most goals of any player in the Premier League, including Sergio Aguero. Okay, now everybody keep talking about the fact that he always get injured. He doesn't have a good ankle. All right, I'm gonna bring Aguero into this. Aguero gets injured every season and still deliver the goals. It's the same thing with Hurricane. Hurricane get injured every season, but he still deliver the goals. The only thing right now is just the transfer fee that's standing in the way of Manchester City signing Hurricane. The boy deliver goals. He's one of the best strikers in the world right now. He's Premier League ready and certified. I already know games in the Champions League. He's been to the Champions League final. I can't see what's the issue. All these people doesn't like these players because they're English. Okay? No, watch this. They have a problem with the price tag, but don't have a problem with Haaland price tag. Tell me no. They don't have a problem with Haaland price tag, but have a problem with Hurricane price tag. You get what I'm saying?
They say that Haaland is younger. So they're saying he's younger. He's like 21, I think so, or 20, 21. And they believe that Haaland has done more in the Champions League than Harry Kane, and they believe that Haaland doesn't get injured, so he hasn't got a big injury yet. So they believe that it's not worth the money to get Kane because he gets injured. But look, somebody came back at me one day and said Kane doesn't actually get injured a lot. There's a season where he played 32 games out of 33. There's a season where he played 28 games out of 33. So he actually plays his games.
Oh yeah.
Now we also spoke about this on the first episode last week with Hugo and Adam. Adam said if Harry Kane comes to Man City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of what they do to him at Spurs, where he comes back from injury and in 2 days they send him back into the team because they're desperate for him.
Yep.
While at City, if Jesus stays and there's Ferran Torres, even Raheem, all these guys can actually play in a cup games. Because I don't think we are buying Harry Kane to play him in Carabao Cup, no. Or Man City Cup, that's Man City Cup anyway, because we win it all the time. Yeah, we are not buying Harry Kane to play him in games, friendly games against Preston.
No.
Or Buttercup United, if there's a team such as that. We are buying Harry Kane so that he gets us. He keeps us over the step from other teams. He obviously finishes those chances that are created by Man City, by Kevin De Bruyne. Look, for me, today, the whole thing, we're going to come to it anyway, since we've already come to Harry Kane, and I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. I don't know if there's any questions. Guys, in the comments, guys on Twitter, please throw your questions in so the panel can answer. Fabrizio said, I was watching him on Twitch, and Fabrizio said, Harry Kane, there was a bid of 100 million that was made by Man City. Earlier. That was the beginning of the Euros. And that 100 million sort of is very suspect. Because remember when he was talking to Gary Neville, he said, maybe with somebody brings in 100 million, maybe, and gives it to Daniel Levy, he will be like, oh, this is good enough for me to let you go. So you see, I think that was a hint to Harry Kane from whoever wants to get him that, look, 100 million is the money. I agreed with Daniel that if 100 million comes in, I can go. Because he also said in that interview that you never know, my value might go down in a few years, the older I get, which is true. Then Man City went and threw in the 100 million. I'm pretty sure after they heard that, they spoke to Harry Kane's agent, who is Harry Kane's brother. So I'm pretty sure they had agreements that if we throw 100 million, they'll give him to us. But it looks like it was blocked. It was rejected. As Fabrizio says, it was actually, Fab said on his Twitter that it was rejected. But it's been quiet on Harry Kane's part. Then today, out of nowhere, Mr. Good Boy, aka Harry Kane, the gentleman, aka Harry Kane, decided to say, I'm not going to show up for training. So I'm going to start with Wanika on this. Then I'll go to Mikey. Wanika, when you heard the news, I know you said you were excited, but what was your first thought when you heard the news that Golden Boy, Mr. Good Boy, Harry Kane hasn't shown in for training?
Well, first of all, I was surprised because I didn't think he had it in him. This is Harry Kane. He has spent 11 years at Tottenham Hotspurs. Their golden boy. He's the highest goal scorer. All these things. Then, before we heard during the England training that he said he was going to miss the first training. They were talking about it.
The Telegraph said that. The Telegraph,
Yes, he was going to miss. But I didn't know he was going to, go along with it. I was surprised. So I was, because this is Harry Kane we're talking about. There are not many controversies concerning Harry Kane. This is the first controversy about Harry Kane. So I think he was, if you ask me honestly, he's supposed to, go to that training, respect the club. If he wants to leave, he should, the next thing he was supposed to be just drop the transfer fee. You want to leave the club, go for training. Other people have been going. Varane went for training while his agreement was being, talked upon with Manchester United. Grealish is training. But I also thought Daniel Levy, the man, his reputation precedes him. If you hear about other things, the man is a very stubborn man. Harry Kane knew he was going to, pull some dangerous strings, disappoint him because of the gentleman's agreement. Of course, gentleman's agreement is not a legal contract, just a verbal agreement without any legal life. So, but if there's this gentleman's agreement that they talked about, then the Levy was supposed to, honor it. So him believing that they have a gentleman's agreement gave him the power to, the Harry Kane, gave him the right to sit back and not come, because he already knew the type of person Daniel Levy is. So I also started, supporting him this evening. Like, he has, fair play to him. He should just sit back, because Tottenham, this is their golden boy. To leave Harry Kane out, it means they're going to be fighting for relegation. Because Son cannot do all these things all by himself. You see the way both of them, their chemistry this season. So if Harry Kane leaves, those be and Tottenham, they don't have a project they are building. Aston Villa are building a project. They are building a squad around Grealish. there's I mean, yeah, Aston Villa, but Tottenham, they're not doing anything. They're not even showing any progress. Okay, you want to win trophies, you brought in Espirito Santo. How can you bring Espirito Santo? He
uh,
that man is not a trophy winner. How many trophies has he won in his career? Nothing. Harry Kane, no, that is mediocrity. Harry Kane cannot settle for mediocrity. This man is 28 years old. How can he do? As the age is no longer on his side, the best thing he can do is to just leave that club and come to Manchester City. We are waiting for him.
let me read. Thank you very much, Nick. Let me read this comment. Why can't we play three at the back? Seeing we have Cancelo, Zinchenko that can push into a middle for both Walker, Ake are familiar with the back three system. Hugo, why do you want to play three at the back? Tell us why you are so keen to play three at the back, Hugo. Owen, how you doing? Hugo, thank you very much. NASA, I saw your comment. NASA, thank you for being online, guys. Thank you for your support. Let me check another comment here before we get to Mikey. City is distracting the league with Grealish and Kane signings. It's the original City players that will perform for City as well.
No.
Hugo seems to have a very big issue with Grealish and Kane.
Oh no, because Hugo is one of them fans who don't like English players. So he know Harry Kane is a top striker, and he know Grealish is a very good player, but he's just not a fan of English
But
players.
I can't hear Mikey. Is there any way you can? I can't hear Mikey.
You can't hear Mikey.
Yeah.
But Mikey can hear you, I think so. I don't know how
you
can hear
I
Mikey.
can hear her.
But he can anyway, he can just tag along. I can hear you. You just can continue.
Okay. Oh yeah, great. I mean, Hugo just one of them fans. He's just not a fan of English player. Only player he's a fan of is Sterling. That's it. That's English.
Is it? Wait, there's another message for you guys. Big up the panel, but I hope you don't get both. Thank you, Owen. Owen says, I hope Man City doesn't get both. So, Mikey, asking you today, after you woke up this morning, did you ever think you're going to read the news that Harry Kane, Mr. AKA Good Guy, Mr. MBE, England's golden boy, would decide to not show up for training?
No. I'm surprised. Like every other fan, every Tottenham fan, every Manchester City fan, any analyst, I'm just shocked when I saw it, because I'm waking up to see the confirmation of Grealish. That's it. When I saw that he wasn't at training, didn't turn up at training, I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. He coming. I'm telling you, he coming. But I mean, in this case, he's just showing his hand that he's forcing the transfer. And I think it's a plan by him and his brother, his agent. I think it's just something to let Tottenham know that I want to leave. And this step for me is, I think the next step after this is, I mean, clearly they're going to be talking to his agent and him today. And I think the next step after today will be, he will be handing in a transfer request. I'm not surprised if by the end of the week, he doesn't hand in a transfer request. And I think that would be the next step if Levy doesn't want to grant him the transfer. And I think, this is my opinion, if he does get the transfer, it will be after August 15, after we play Tottenham, because he's not going to give him the transfer before that, so he can play against them and cause a whole bunch of... Levy doesn't want that. And I think this Kane saga is going to go straight until deadline day. And yeah, that's just my opinion. But I was shocked that he never turned up for training. Like I just don't expect it from the guy. Like he's just a good, cool guy. Very polite.
He seems to set an example. Do you know what amazed me though was the fact that people like Ferdinand are now coming in say, okay, not Ferdinand, like Jamie Carragher especially. He says, oh, this thing Kane is doing is not the way to do it. This is. But Mr. Jamie Carragher, if you ever watch this, if one day somebody ever shows you this, let me ask you a question, right? When Van Dijk was putting in a transfer request at Southampton or going missing from training and causing issues, did you mind then, or are you just doing this because Harry Kane is going to City? If he was going to Liverpool, like what Van Dijk did, where people say he faked an injury, where he caused a bit of drama, we didn't hear you say anything about that. Anyway, welcome, Adam. Adam, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Adam, the panel has got Mikey, who's from Jamaica, and Wanika from Nigeria. So, Mikey, I've never asked you where you're from, Mikey.
I'm from Jamaica, but I mean, I'm Jamaican, but I live in Texas. I live in Texas.
No, I think I was about to say Adam. Oh, Mikey, you're in Texas now.
Yeah, I live in Texas, but I'm from Jamaica.
Oh, okay, grand. So, what about you, Adam? Where are you from?
I'm half Chad, half Nigeria.
You have what? I can't hear you.
Chad and Nigeria.
Oh yeah, you sound very low. I think you need to be louder. Wanika, can you hear Mikey?
No.
Okay, I think he's gonna come back.
You still can't hear me?
Wanika, if you want to hear maybe Mikey, you're gonna have to come out and come back again. Try that.
You want me to come out and come back?
Okay, I should leave and come back.
Wanika. Yeah, Wanika. If Wanika leaves and come back, it would her settings might be better.
Okay.
Okay, I should leave and come back.
Yeah, just leave. Then leave. What you're gonna do is after you leave, you click the link I sent you again. Then you'll be able to come back. I think it fixes a few things if you are unable to hear Mikey.
All right, let me leave now.
Yeah, don't run away. Come back.
I want to answer Hugo's question about KDB, and I think why the reason they're really pushing for Grealish.
So KDB can't run as much in his 30s. He's already used to playing in the front three with Lukaku, so it can work. What is he talking about? What is he?
Oh no, I think I have an idea what he's talking about, and I have the same concept of it too going into this season. Yeah, I have a similar concept. Our idea.
Yeah, so go ahead, answer him. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I think this. All right. Last season, if we observe Kevin De Bruyne tracking back, Kevin De Bruyne never tracked back as much. Okay, and through all the games he played, he always like attack a little bit and then he ease up and then he doesn't run that much back, and it's a whole bunch of issue. And everybody would be like, oh, it's because he's getting older and whatever. And I think this is the main reason why City pushing for Grealish. They want a Kevin De Bruyne attributes, similar kind of player. So this way, if we don't sign a striker, and I said this before everybody else, and I'm gonna say it again, if we don't sign a striker, Kevin De Bruyne will be one of the main players playing the false nine. Okay, if we sign Grealish, because everybody is gonna slip Grealish in the number 8 role alongside Gundogan or whoever, and whoever up front, I think is gonna be Kevin De Bruyne if we don't sign a striker. And when he talking about the front three, let's say we're playing the 4-3-3, it's gonna be Sterling the striker and Kevin De Bruyne, or Kevin De Bruyne the striker and Mahrez, and so on and so on and so on. And I think this is the concept, and I think this is why Pep Guardiola pushing for Grealish, so he can have these players behind the ball, the Gundogan, the Grealish, the Rodri, the 4 defenders, okay, and give Sterling and the striker and Kevin De Bruyne a more advanced role, because you really don't want Kevin De Bruyne taking the ball from the 18-yard box of his defensive box, trying to bring it upfield. You want him to make the last pass to whoever is going to kick the ball in the goal. Okay? And I think the team is going to build around that. Make the next pass to Kevin De Bruyne so Kevin De Bruyne can always make the final pass. And that creative-minded and that player who doesn't lose the ball is Jack Grealish. And he's the perfect candidate for Manchester City right now. So that's how he plays in with the Kevin De Bruyne playing in the front three. And
okay,
if we don't sign
that's what he's talking about. He says
Grealish at training on Twitter, the pictures that have been going around on Twitter of Grealish apparently talking to the director of Aston Villa, apparently.
Yeah. We were talking about that early on. We're saying there was a video. What I was asking Adam, you're going to have to be louder. But what I was asking Adam is, every time when there's a transfer, right? throughout the years. I have looked at every transfer in the world, and majority since obviously for the years I have been supporting football for so long. I have been looking at all transfers. Not once have I seen when a big transfer like this is being spoken about, a team decides to call fans and let them stand in the ground like they did with Grealish today and show him in training and allow fans to have their phones to take pictures and videos. And then to make it. Yeah, go ahead.
You've got to remember that City, when we got De Bruyne, before we even got De Bruyne, 24 hours before we even got him, he was still training with Wolfsburg. So that's what people need to remember. Before he even got to City, he was still training with Wolfsburg. So in some ways,
the same way Sané was training with us too.
Even Sané though, before he went to Bayern Munich.
Okay, so it makes sense. But look, it's just quite strange to me that Aston Villa allowed their fans today, not yet allow the fans today to be taking pictures for him to sign, and then when everybody left training, he was sitting with the director, but people still had their phones videoing them, and then they had to walk away, the two of them away. For me, whatever drama is happening, why don't you speak about all these things inside? Like I was telling people to relax. If I'm talking about big business, do you think if I was the sporting director of Villa, do you think me and Jack Grealish, right, will go to the park in front of all of you and start talking to each other, then go to the side? That looks like a goodbye. I don't know if I'm the one who sees that. That's a goodbye conversation where you take an employee and outside somewhere and say, look, man, thanks for everything you've done. But if we're talking about money, we're saying, oh, this amount is what City have offered. They've offered 100 million. Are you leaving or not? Am I going to be standing outside? No. The sporting director cannot stand outside with Grealish alone. There has to be a lot of people involved. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why people are panicking. There has to be a lot of people involved when talking about transfers. Not only the sporting director can take Kane and say, let's go by the corner of the tree there and we'll talk about what are you guys talking about, man? Like, have sense. You've seen the videos of Man City when they're doing the transfers. There is a table and there's Tiki there. There's the sport. Everybody is there. Yeah, Ferran is there. The whole group is there. So yeah. You need all those people. You can't just have you and Grealish in the pitch walking about saying, "Oh yeah, so what do you think? Are you leaving?" No. You talk with people. You sit down. I'm pretty sure his agent gets involved in all this. They sit down. Players, lawyers get involved in all this. That what is going to go on, guys? Are we taking the bid or not? So it was quite funny to see people panicking over the fact that he's in a pitch. Then the sporting director stands up and gets away. To Villa fans, this might hurt you. Maybe by them walking away, it's him saying, "Okay, you're leaving now." Telling him that, look, the papers have been signed. Very soon, well, we are going to sell you. You're going to have to start saying your goodbyes. Because some people were worried that after he spoke to the sporting director, everybody went in back. He didn't go back in. So I don't know. Anyway, there's a question here. Hugo says, Patrick, just remember once they sign to City, there will become problems. Yeah. And then Hugo again, what a drama if Jack no Harry signed this summer. Okay. And then he's like, no, I'm not pushing for De Bruyne to play as false nine. Okay, that's what we thought anyway. Another one. Even if we sign Kane, play De Bruyne and then with Kane up front. Why?
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't see us going into next season saying to Pep, going to next season doing the same thing that you did last season, playing the false nine. Because he's not going to want that. He's going to say to the club, look, I want my false line. Because he's done the magic without a striker, a recognized striker. So in some ways, he deserves that false line. He needs that false line. He deserves it. Like what he did last season, it's like just trying to sort out things. But he really, really and truthfully did want a false line, and we didn't get it for him. In this season, I feel like if we don't, he would still carry on with the false line, but still be upset that we didn't get him the player that he wanted. But I feel like we'll still get it for him. Like we'll try and get Kane. But at the same time, if Kane doesn't happen, there's players out there that you can still get for a good deal, like Lautaro Martinez, Lukaku, but I personally still think that we'll get Harry Kane. Maybe for 120 or 130 million around there, but it'll probably be after the Tottenham game.
Yeah, what Mikey said there before you came on, Mikey says he believes that if after this drama that's happening where he doesn't show up in training, they're gonna give him a fine. Look, to be honest with you, Harry Kane is not a stupid guy. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure Harry Kane and his camp knew that if you miss training, you're gonna get a fine. Same thing happened to Riyad Mahrez. You remember? Riyad Mahrez had to force a move by not showing up for training, and then they called him back after a few days and say, okay, play this game. Remember, he played against City. After he played against City, then boom, he ended up what? After he played against City, he ended up disappearing. Then we signed him. So look,
what
I think
you need to understand is that signing a player that's what, say 100 million is not the same as say signing a player that's what, say 50 or 60 million, because that when you sign a player of say 100 million or more, you've got a lot of headaches. You know, you're having to sort out the legal headaches, all of the lawyers, this coming to an agreement with the team, how much you're gonna pay, how much the bonus is, how much, you know, this image rights, all of this. So it'll take longer for you to complete a deal that's what, say 100 million and above, compared to what, say, if the deal is worth say 50 to 70 million. These ones you can compete maybe two weeks or a week, but deals like 100 million and above take much longer than normal deals like you say like 50 or 70 mil.
yeah, there's Adam. Let me just read the comment here. Kim, how you doing, Kim? That's the norm with transfers. People panic at the smallest thing. You're right about that. One of the guys who was supposed to be here, is it Wanika? How do you read this name? He's from Nigeria. Are you able to read that name?
I just call him Akin. Akin.
Yeah,
Akin.
I was about to say, Akin, where are you? I sent you the link, Akin. Oh, Akin is coming on. So let's just read Hugo before we bring Akin in. Exactly, Adam. No first 9 for the season is reserved for when we play PSG again. Very confident there. Oh, how you doing, man, Akin?
I'm very fine. How you guys doing over here? How you doing?
Yeah, we're good. But I know that you were getting food before you come on. So look, Akin, I don't know if you've been watching the program. We've been talking about the preseason. Just a recap.
I've been seeing the discussion. I've been through the comment section, so I've been listening to and I've been watching what the others have been saying, and I've been reasoning along that line of thought also.
Yeah. So what is your say since you've just come on? What's your say on Harry Kane and Grealish? Do you think it's going to happen? And what's your say with these videos from Villa's training site and Harry Kane not showing for training?
To me, those videos are inconsequential and they are just being delusional at most. So for Man City to submit 100 million bid, you should know that Man City, they are up to something, and we don't do deals like that without concrete information and concrete evidence. And you trust Tiki and Omar before they can lay down 100 million bid for a particular target, which we know we need, is something that Man City doesn't do over time. And for Man City to be breaking their transfer record for Jack Grealish, first of all, you know that they are in for some serious business.
Yeah, you're right about that. Like, look, yeah, I can hear you. Look, you're right about that, and I'm pretty sure, Mikey, you can agree. Man City, right? They do a lot of research before they go for a player. The reason why most of us are panicking and a bit impatient is because we know that Man City will plan for who they're looking for way before they go and start bidding. They will know that there's a chance to sign somebody. They will know that, okay, you know what? If we go with this amount, this is what we agreed, and that already started speaking to everybody already. So look, you're right about that. 100 million is a big deal, so people shouldn't take it lightly. It's not like we're signing one of those under 23 players where we just give 7 million.
Yeah, do you understand? He's an established player that plays for England national team. It's not as if he's a rookie player or someone that doesn't know what he wants to come and do in Manchester City. So you should know that is a very good deal for Man City and for Aston Villa. Has Aston Villa ever sold any player more than 50 million? I'm not sure. And you're on the brink of having an 100 million pounds target on your hands, and you want to refuse because you trained him. Well, for fuck's sake, we also trained Sancho, Brahim Diaz, and so many players, and we can't hold them on stage saying that because we trained them, we should allow them play. And this is someone that we know that when it comes to Manchester City, is going to improve the team. Him and De Bruyne are going to play in the middle of the park, and maybe Rodri sitting deep between them. It becomes the new David Silva for us. He's 25 years old, and Gundogan is becoming old. He's 30 plus already. And we know what happens when a player becomes 30, the injury starts coming and all that. So that is my take on Jack Grealish, basically. Then for Harry Kane.
Oh no, I'm saying thank
for Harry Kane.
I agree.
Okay. So for Harry Kane, on the other hand, basically, I feel yeah, we know that he's not doing it the right way by skipping training and all that. We know he's not doing that, but you know that this guy has done a lot for Tottenham Hotspur over the past 7 years. He has been their best player over time. And to be honest, Tottenham Hotspur owe that man a trophy. Even just one trophy. They owe Harry Kane a trophy.
You know what?
I'm not being sarcastic here.
I think no, you're right, man. I think they've only won 2 trophies that are important.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
2. Yeah. Say it again, Adam.
One of them was the Audi Cup. It's like a friendly tournament.
That's what I was gonna say, and that's not important. That's not important.
I want to add something to the Harry Kane.
Yeah, go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
All this rumor that last season we were actually, before this whole Messi saga thing, we were talking to Tottenham about Harry Kane before that whole Messi saga last season. Yeah, and then Messi saga began, and that's what I heard, that they turned their attention from Harry Kane to Messi when that saga started. But from last season, we were actually looking at Harry Kane and started talking to them. So I feel like it's been in the works from last season, and we just put it from the back burner from that Messi saga that never happened. So you never know, it could be something that we had in principle from last season, that we basically just stopped those talks from that Messi saga and then moved to that Messi saga and then left that Harry Kane deal. That's what I heard some rumors about that. I don't know whether they're true. They could not be. They could be true or false. That's all I heard.
Okay, that's a good take. Look, I'm just going to. We've got a few minutes left. We've got about 10 minutes. No, actually, it's 13 minutes left. So I'm gonna start off with Mikey. Then I'll go to Wanika. Then I'll go to Adam. Then I'll go to Akin. Okay, let's start with Wanika. So Wanika, before we close out the show, how do you feel? Do you feel that we're going to sign both Harry Kane or Grealish, or we're just going to sign one of them? Well, how do you feel?
I feel we are going to sign both of them. That's the priority. I feel the club, they have a plan, and their plan from the beginning has always been Kane and Grealish. So, and they've never gone back on it. They've wanted Harry, and I've not heard of any other rumor. So it's only been Harry and Grealish. So I feel like they're going to buy both of them. Rival fans have been crying. How can we buy 2 players for 250 million? But Chelsea, they bought players for 250 or above last transfer season. So I don't understand why they are crying their traditional tears, because we are about to buy 2 important players that can help us. But I feel what I feel like they're going to buy Harry Kane and Grealish. But if you ask me who I'm more confident about, I would say it's Grealish. Like, I'm more confident about Grealish than Harry Kane. But the club, they want both of them. If their priority is Harry Kane and Grealish, they should. But if not, their priorities are misplaced. So I feel they will get Harry Kane and Grealish. That's what I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the comments, how you doing, Miss Melina? Thank you for the support as always. Guys on the panel and everybody watching. Miss Melina is an Arsenal fan. She does a lot of things on her channel. She does fantasy football. If you want to follow somebody who knows fantasy football, follow Miss Melina. If you want somebody to hear about even the panel, just follow Miss Melina. She's very good. She's one of the people who brings everybody together on the YouTube side. She brings everyone together and makes sure everybody's looked after. She also helps people, believe it or not, get the views up and get the subs up on Twitter. Something that a lot of people don't do. Trust me, a lot of people on YouTube don't do that. But Miss Melina is always looking after people. So shout out to you, big up to you. So Mikey, same question. Who do you think we're gonna sign? Are we gonna sign both, or do you think we're gonna end up with just one of them, or maybe none?
Okay. We're gonna sign Grealish, but I don't think we're gonna sign Harry Kane. And for Grealish, as we're Fab already announced, it's a release clause that's in the contract. Okay, like $100 million release clause. Manchester City already paid it, so it's already activated. It's just for the player to confirm, and I think Grealish is already a go. For Harry Kane, I think the saga is gonna drag right out, and Levy, being who Levy is, it's just not going to work. And I see Wanika mentioning about Chelsea spending 250 million. The thing is, Chelsea's not working with the director like a Tottenham director. So, and that's the issue. So they can spend the money easy because the other clubs are easier to deal with. But Tottenham, everybody knows Tottenham is a very hard club to negotiate with. And I think that's the problem. And I don't think we're going to sign Harry Kane. And that's just my opinion. Grealish is yes, but Harry Kane no.
Okay, so let's thank you, Mikey. Let's go to the comments. Fozzy, how you doing? Fozzy is one of the guys who I usually end up on his channel. That's his channel. Is from Liverpool. He says Demu Man City. He's probably not happy. And then he says Man City will be relegated. I don't think that's gonna happen, man. Right now, I think we're too big for the Premier League to let us go. Then again here he says, great panel, Patrick, my brother. No, big up, my brother. I hope we work together again. Look, Mikey, I think you're right there. So we're gonna go to Adam. Mike, you've heard what Mikey has said. He thinks Harry Kane is gonna take so long, and he thinks that the Grealish one is much easier. But he says the Grealish one, they say there was a clause triggered. Just out of interest, also, Adam, because you seem to have a lot of knowledge. Is it allowed to have a release clause in England? Isn't that for Spain and the La Liga?
No, all club.
It depends on the club, you could say. If it's a club that sees value in the player, sometimes they would put it in the release clause. You never know because some not many clubs in England follow it. It's mainly like you get like the other Europeans, like say Germany. Germany not as much as, but mainly Spain and the Portuguese. That's why we went to Benfica and got what's his name, Ruben Diaz for that amount.
Yeah, Ruben Diaz. Yeah.
With release clauses that you don't have a headache. You just pay the amount and that's it. The club cannot say anything. So you can go to Spain and say if a player has a release clause of 60 million, you've got that 60 million, you pay, and then you can talk to the player straight away. That's what we did with Rodri, and Atletico did not want to let him go. So we played the
we also did that for Laporte, isn't it? Laporte. We also did that for Laporte, and Arsenal did that for Thomas Partey.
Yeah. So in some ways, it's an advantage for the buying club. If you want the player, you can bypassing the team. So you just pay the release clause and then you just go. So in some ways, I feel like we've already done that with Grealish, and in some ways, I feel like we could get Harry Kane. I don't see it happening before the Tottenham game. I feel like it's going to happen after the Tottenham game, and I would not be surprised. Yeah, like what you said, where he ends up getting fined for not coming to the training and all this, and the antic gets even worse, where you see a lot of leaks coming out in the news, all of this, the Harry Kane, this, that. It's like a chess game between him and Daniel Levy. They want to see who caves first, and I feel like Daniel Levy is going to end up caving after the Tottenham game and say, you know what, I'm just going to sell this player. And in some ways, he's trying to, what was it like, put trying to make the Tottenham fans look at Harry Kane in a bad way. And he's trying to make his represent him.
Yeah, make him look like a villain, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've tried to fight for the club, and
Yes.
So that's what I feel like it's gonna happen.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Adam. So, Akin, so what do you think? Do you think we're going to sign both Grealish and Kane, or we'll end up with one of them or none of them by the end of this transfer saga?
For the Peace Boilers, was signing both of them. For the 14 Peace Boilers.
So you want to borrow pace for the other guys? And here is a comment when you have said that
We are up to the tax. We are up to the tax. We can
here's a
boy
comment.
peace. We can boy peace for the whole season.
Yeah, just read this one. It says it will be a tough season for all if you buy Kane and Jack. Look, what's stopping your team?
Hold on, Patrick. Let's start from the beginning. When last did we buy a good striker? A very good. When was the last season we bought a good striker after Aguero? When last?
It was Jesus for 20. I still consider him as good, but not excellent.
We bought Jesus at 18 years old for 25 million. Jesus at 18 years old for 25 million. That was the last time we bought a striker. And it wasn't even good then. It was just a kid from Palmeiras who had just won
a lot of potential.
Yes, a lot of potential, which we can't wait now. He's still young, we know, but we need someone proven. If we had a striker in the Champions League, I'll tell you, we are going to win the Champions League. We didn't have a striker, and that's what we need.
I agree.
That's what we need.
The team need a striker, else we ain't gonna win.
Yes.
I can't watch my team go another season without a striker. I can't watch my team do that.
You're tired of the first line.
I can't. I'm not even tired. I believe in Pep. I believe in Pep, and I believe in his work, and I believe in what he does. But at the same time, there are some games that will be edgy, that you just need a moment of brilliance. You just need something, maybe a nudging. When last did you score some cross and nod? When last did you score cross and nod? When last?
Probably like Negredo time when we had Negredo.
We need, so you get my point now. So it's not okay. Let's remove the peace boilers now. Let's be factual now. Let's remove the boiling peace in this coming season. Do we need Kane or not? That's the first question.
Kane is more important than Grealish.
We need him. Seriously.
Should we get him or not?
Yes.
The way we do business, I don't think we're gonna spend the money. I like, that's the issue. I don't think we're gonna spend all that money.
I'm not even about the money. I'm not even about the money. Man City can do that. We've just won a total of 250 million from prize money without sales of any player. We have 250 million naira on ground.
Oh yeah.
We have. And my only problem is, out of that 250 million, I can't spend 150 million on Kane. I can spend 100 million on Kane. Deserved 100 million pounds on Kane. That is very deserved. Anything above 100 million is just pure shithousery and clownly from our directors of football.
So hear me.
Yes.
This is what I was explaining earlier before you got on. I was saying, if we want to sign Harry Kane, after the next step he's going to do right now, he's going to hand in a transfer request because he wants to leave. But the next thing is, let's say we spend 120, 130 million. We're going to go with at least 90 to 100 million up front. And the next 20 million, 25 million is going to be
anything more than 100. Anything more than 100 is just, we are overpaying for Kane. Anything more than 100 million, we are overpaying for Kane. And I won't lie to you.
That's the thing.
Yes, I need him.
See.
Oh yeah,
I don't care how much we pay for Kane. I don't care how much you pay for him. I don't care how much, even if it's 120. It's not my father's money. They should pay that money. That guy is a cool striker. Like, he's very dangerous.
Oh yeah, as you see, we need Kane. Like, we need someone we need a fear factor in that front. We don't have a fear factor. Is it Sterling? Is it Mahrez? We don't have a fear factor. Chelsea now. Anytime Chelsea wants to face Aguero every season, they know he's going to score. Chelsea knows Aguero. He will score. Liverpool knows Aguero. Aguero will always score at Chelsea. He will always score at Etihad, at Stamford Bridge. He will score. Anytime Liverpool comes to Etihad, they know Aguero will always score. Every season, it's like breakfast to them. They know Aguero is going to score. In Arsenal, they know Aguero will score. Is sure you get. So we need someone like that. That when he's coming on the field, as he's coming out from the tunnel, they're going to have a very tough day. Just like Burnley, we've got for the past 4 seasons, we'll be beating them 5-0. It's just like doing a replay of every season at the Etihad. Beat Burnley 5-0 every season. So we need someone like that.
Handball every season.
You see, and you need someone that when he comes out from the tunnel, he's always giving the defenders a moment of no peace. So like Diego Costa. Moment of no peace.
This is my Jack Grealish wine, okay? I already know he here. I'm celebrating before he before
the end of the transfer window, we'll be smoking to some Jack Grealish Park and some Aston Villa tears.
Jack Grealish has arrived. And that's why everybody to know. I'm so happy. Yeah, already here. Yeah, already a City player. Like, don't worry. I'm gonna buy all his jersey. I'm gonna make sure all his kits sell. Okay, don't worry about it. Guys,
to be honest, just hold on. There's a question for us. There's a question for us here before we go. I'm gonna start with Akin because you were about to say something. Say who will take you to the wire this season? This is a question to the panel.
Liverpool all the way. Liverpool all the way. If their front three are firing as usual and doing their press as usual, Liverpool all the way. Though I'm very skeptical about their midfield. Their midfield they don't get goals from midfield and assists from midfield is from their fullbacks. And you know the strength of a fullback, 2 to 3 years, and they become diminished. So you know after all the running, and so I don't trust either Robertson or Arnold. I won't lie. I don't trust any of them this coming season. I don't trust either of them this coming season because they've been run ragged for the past 3 seasons. They've been run ragged. They've done their best. We've seen their best already. Having 11 assists in a particular season. So we've seen their best. So I don't trust their fullbacks, Robertson and Arnold. So, but if they are going to play well like they did in 2018, I trust Liverpool. Chelsea, there's still always question mark. Can they win 17 games in a row? Can they win 15 matches in a row? I'm not sure they can do that. I am not sure. They still have some draws, some losses to contend with. And can they beat the big teams? We are not talking about 1-0 or 0-0 draws. No, I'm not talking about that. So I feel Liverpool. If Liverpool comes complete and their head comes straight with little or no injuries, I think they will give us a better title challenge than any of those, than Man U, than Chelsea, than anybody mentioned. And I'm not in any way belittling Chelsea or Man U. I'm just talking based on facts. And you know the way Man City is, we have this consistency of winning games after games after games after games after games. So we need, and anything that can match us like that, winning games after games after games, then you know who we are going to get and how the season is going to go. But to be factual, if you look at our fixture from December to February, we have some easy runs of games there. And it will be very delightful and helpful to us if we make most of that opportunity. December through February, if we check our fixtures, is like legit out of this world. And I know those players will come through and they will also make a statement for them collecting those big checks we pay them every week. And the last one is this Kane deal. What I feel is if he doesn't play against us on the beginning of the season, that means he's coming to Man City. That's what I feel, because our first game is against Spurs. And if he doesn't play that match, we know that he's heading to Man City. That's what I feel, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. So what about Adam? After Adam, we'll go to Mikey, then Monica. Well, who do you feel is going to be... who do you feel is going to take us to the wire this season?
I probably see it as Liverpool for some odd reason. Something tells me it's Liverpool. If say Van Dijk and Konate click, and the problem with Liverpool is their front three. They rely on their front three too much. That's where the problem is. They rely on them to score the goals. The majority of their goals come from the front three. And their midfield don't score enough goals like say like ours. That's the problem. It could be Liverpool or Chelsea, but Chelsea still are missing say a few players. Chelsea need a good defender, yeah, and a striker that can score goals, not Timo Werner.
Okay. Before
All
I
right.
move on to Mike, let me just say hi to RC Bian from Chelsea TV. Says big up Patrick and the panel. How you doing, man? And then he says Kai Havertz. Remember, no pun intended. He's trying to talk about the final. We forgot about that. He says Ziyech, Werner, Kai in their second season will be better. Plus, I'm confident we will at least sign one striker. Okay, so RC Bian says Chelsea TV says they are confident they'll sign a striker, and then we go back to Forsey, who says City need a left back, creative player, a striker to complete the team. Creative player, we have De Bruyne. Okay, Mikey. So what do you think? Who do you think is going to take us to the wire this season?
Chelsea, and Manchester United. Okay, Chelsea has the best defensive midfielder. They're about to sign arguably one of the best potential center back in the world, and they already have a flair of players up front. Okay, so they're gonna get goals. They're gonna be very good defensively against a lot of teams, and Manchester United buy arguably the best center back on paper right now without a ball kick in the world. He is the best center back right now on paper in the Premier League without a ball kick. Okay, and that's on paper. Now, can they perform? Let's see. And I think they're gonna be solid defensively with him coming. And I think that's gonna be a major attribute for a lot of teams to score on Manchester United. And so my pick is Chelsea and Manchester United. For Liverpool, I think Liverpool is gonna struggle to make top four. And the reason I say that is Van Dijk is done. Okay, I've been saying that, and I'm gonna say it again. Liverpool defense, 2 center back is not good. Joe Gomez and Van Dijk. Van Dijk is a done and dusted defender. Van Dijk conceded 11 goals in 3 games. I don't need no more evidence. He's not good enough. He's not at the level he used to be. He's just going to be a nice, good center back, but not the world-class performance he put on in 2018. And for that, I just think Liverpool is going to struggle this season. And I say it, and I want to say it in the section of the video.
Mike, you're so funny, man.
Liverpool is going to struggle to make top 4 in the Premier League. Okay? Manchester City main content.
Should we strike a bet? Should we strike a bet?
Oh, yeah. Save this video. Liverpool going to be struggling to make top 4. And it's because of the defensive record.
Are you seriously challenging? There are people on Twitter.
Should we strike a bet? Should we strike a bet, Mike?
Take a bet. I take any bet against
I agree with Micah.
Any bet against Liverpool. You got to understand, Chelsea just came out winning the Champions League, and they're strengthening, okay? And they're strengthening in the right area.
That's a Fugazi. Okay? That's a Fugazi win. Fugazi.
I understand his point because you got to remember he came back from a long injury, and by the time he gets back,
how many times Kevin De Bruyne came from injury? If you're such a top-class player, when top-class players come back from injury, they don't need 10 games to get up to par. They don't need 10. Kevin De Bruyne need 30 minutes, and he's back in it. Yeah. Van Dijk is done and dusted. You can put him on the shelf.
Mike, you're talking as if.
It's not just Van Dijk. It's not just Van Dijk. Liverpool is done and dusted.
Thank you. They only got names.
Liverpool is done and dusted.
Umanika, can you bet that Liverpool is done and dusted, that they won't make top 4 this competition? Can you bet on that?
All right. What my term I've done and dusted is that
I can bet because Liverpool, they don't have squad depth. Nothing. They don't have the squad depth. Okay, if Salah goes on injury, who's going to stand in for Salah?
No, they're going to have problems. They're going to have problems. The African Games is coming on. In January. By January.
Thank you.
They're all finished.
I'm telling you, but I'm not analyzing just 11 players. I'm taking everything into context when it comes to Liverpool. Because let's say Van Dijk get a 4 to 6 week injury. Let's say Salah got a 4-week injury and they got to play a busy schedule during December.
He's going for AFCON. Salah and Mane, they are going for AFCON.
Exactly. So this is my point, and this is why I'm telling you for this season, Liverpool will struggle to make top 4. There won't be a contender, and I can put my money on it. Liverpool not gonna make top 4.
I
They're
would
gonna
love
struggle.
to have that bet with you. Though I don't believe, Sha, but I would love to have that bet.
Okay, guys. I think we've gone over
The 1 hour.
stream limit.
Oh yeah.
But I'm gonna say thank you very much, Mikey, Adam, Wanika, and Akin. Guys, you're always welcome to the hot box. This is episode 2. You're also welcome to episode 3 next week, Monday. If it's not on Monday, I'll change it and I'll let you guys know. We'll talk about everything that's happening. The reason why I started this whole episode with the hot box is, trust me, doing videos by yourself is boring. You're always in a room on your own, watching the camera on your own, just sitting there and talking a lot of garbage. But the thing is, when I used to watch people on YouTube, I used to say, can I join? And it's difficult to join them all the time. I was like, you know what? One day I'm just going to start a YouTube channel, and whoever wants to join, no matter whatever happens, even if I have a million things, I'll just be talking. Because for me, as I've told people, I'm not here to do money. I love my job. I love the job I do outside YouTube. I love that job so much. It's my passion job. So you would never see me say I'm leaving my job to come on YouTube. But I've always wanted a lot of fans, especially international fans. There's never channels, especially for Man City. I've never seen an international channel where everybody's just not from England. It's always people from England who have a channel. So I was like, you know what, I'd like to bring a channel where everybody's welcome, including people in England, everywhere in the world, everybody's welcome. So look, guys.
Big ups, man. Big ups, Patrick. Big ups, Patrick. We love you. We love you, bro. From Africa here.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I'd like to make a quick recommendation.
Go ahead.
I recommend that people listen to this podcast on Spotify called Vote from the Blue. It is Ray's on it, and I forgot his name. But he explains how City can afford what was it, Jack Grealish and Harry Kane, and you learn a lot from it, because there's some stuff that we don't know that someone else will know, and you learn a lot from it. So I advise some people to listen to it, and then you'll know more about how the transfer works and how we could afford both of them.
Okay, Grant. Okay, we're gonna check that out upstairs. So, guys, you know what? Goodbye, Mikey. Goodbye, Adam. Goodbye, Akin. And Wanika, as always, a pleasure.
Patrick.
Yeah, see you guys. So, anyway, guys,
I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back. No worries. I'm gonna be here next week. I ain't gonna miss an episode. I'm gonna promise y'all. I ain't gonna miss an episode.
Thank you very much. I think we have to bring back Hugo too. So, you know what, guys? Thank you very much.
I'm
guys
also coming back. I'm coming back.
Nah, therefore, everybody's welcome. So, guys,
Me too.
There's Wanika, Adam also, and Wanika. I'm pretty sure all of you will be back. So this might actually be our panel, and we'll be adding more people because it can go up to 8 people. So anyway, thank you very much, guys, in the comment. Subscribe to the channel for support for us. And if you want to join in next week or anytime, DM me. Find these guys on Twitter. Find Mikey on Twitter. You can find Akin on Twitter. Wanika, you can find her on Twitter. She's always funny in the morning. She's always boiling piss every time. She's always making sure.
How can I follow you? I just created a new Twitter because they deleted my old.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the Twitter links if they don't mind, and you can follow them. You're going to be entertained. This Adam also is on Twitter.
I don't mind.
Okay, Grant. So, guys, see you very much. Thank you very much. This is the second episode of the Hot Box. See you next week. Anyway, guys, bye.
Yeah, bye. Bye, Patrick.
Bye.
Bye.